Hello everyone and welcome back. Now what you see behind me, these are not cars, but the car that I have here today, well, has a lot in common with these planes. What do I mean by this? Well, it's fast. Probably if you put wings on it, it's gonna fly. And the amount of luxury that this car has, it's insane. This is the CL600, and it's one of the most beautiful coupes that Mercedes-Benz ever did. When this car was brought to life in '98, it was the epiphany of luxury and comfort. But that wasn't all. This car had a lot of technology that's impressive even by today's standards. Now let's talk about the front end of this car, because honestly I do like it. Remember that this car was made 20 years ago and even looks modern today. I do like these headlights. I like the Mercedes from the 2000 because they had these separate headlights. On this side you have the main beam, which by the way this car has big xenon, which I know that today we have lasers and we have LEDs and things like that, but 20 years ago this was top technology, and even now they do look really nice. Now on the inside we have the full beam, which as you can see it looks like a bumblebee. Nevertheless, we have the headlight washers, which they pop up from here. We also have the parking sensors. I like this beautiful aluminum trim over here. It looks really nice and modern. Also, one thing that this car has, and it's absolutely incredible that it was put on it 20 years ago, it's the Distronic cruise control, which the radar, it's hidden right here in the badge. Now, this car has a 5.5 twin-turbo V12 petrol engine, which develops 493 horsepower, 800 Newton meters, and sends this car from 0 to 60 in just 4.3 seconds. And of course it flats out at 155 miles per hour, which of course it's limited at. From this side, you can actually see how big this car is, because, oh my God, it has almost 5 meters in length, which is huge, considering that this is not a big sedan, this is a coupe. And to be honest with you, I think it's one of the largest German coupes ever made. From this side, you can actually see these beautiful lines that this car has. I do like its general aspect. I like this V12 badge over here, which looks amazing. The chrome package actually continues on the door side, but also on the windows side, which looks elegant. In the mirrors, we have the turn signals, which back in the 2000s was a big deal. Now in modern cars we all have this kind of technology, but back then this was something pretty neat. Mercedes were the first ones to have it. Also, this car has 18-inch wheels, which by today's standards they are quite small, but they do look excellent on this car. They preserve this beautiful shape of the car. They are so elegant, and also this car has huge brakes. As you can see, it has ventilated discs, and of course you need big brakes when you have 500 horsepower on it. You need to stop this thing. Let's talk about the rear end of this beautiful Mercedes here, because the CL always looked good from the back. Well, normally
they always look good from the back, because when you had one of these, you are always in front of someone. Because imagine what it is to drive a 5.5 beast on the highways.
The tail lights are modern even today because they're LEDs and they do look nice. The CL badge shows opulence. The chrome that covers the whole car looks excellent. The parking sensors in the color of the car. And of course the twin exhaust that signals, I am a monster and I have a brave big heart under the hood. Also, the rear windscreen, it's a Mercedes masterpiece.
Now, opening the door, it's an interesting thing because this car has a big door, and Mercedes installed a very interesting mechanism to open the door in narrow spaces because, oh my god, you can actually see how big it is. You also have keyless entry. Also, the doors have soft close, which means that when you actually want to close the door, you just press it a little bit and the magic happens. So when you open the door actually moves a little bit forward, so you can have great access when you enter your Mercedes. Now, inside the CL600, as you can see, everything in this car is absolutely beautiful. Everything is wrapped in leather. The dash is wrapped in leather. This beautiful wooden trim here. This sway on the rooftop. We do have this beautiful sunroof here. Everything looks amazing in this car. Everything looks German quality.
When they designed this car, probably they wanted to achieve perfection, because there is nothing I can say or complain about this interior. This two-tone beige leather, this beautiful wooden trim, everything you touch, it's top quality materials. There is no blank buttons. Everything is so well built and so well done. Honestly, I'm sad that they don't make cars like this anymore. This car has a brand new infotainment system. Even though it looks like the old one, the owner changed it to something more modern, because now we have Bluetooth, we have YouTube and Google Maps, and of course it's a touchscreen. Down here we have the climate controls, because this car has dual climate controls, and right above there are quite some interesting buttons over here, as I mentioned. From this button we control the window shade, and of course this car has privacy window shade on the back. Also we have parking sensors, the ABC sport suspension. Here is where we activate the suspension, because this car has an active adaptive suspension. Also from this we raise the suspension of the car. We have the hazard button, the lock and unlock button, of course the ESP, and this thing is interesting. From this button you can control the back headrests. When you press this button, the headrests come up or they go down according to your needs. This car has a multifunctional steering wheel, electrically adjustable. Of course, it's wrapped in leather and this beautiful wooden trim. Right here we have the gearbox shifter, which this one, it's a 5-speed automatic gearbox. Next to it we have the cruise control controls, and of course the start stop button right on the top of the gear level. Also we have this beautiful sunroof, and of course that this rooftop, it's full covered in sway. I mean, this is very beautiful place to be. Everything here feels so expensive, so elegant and so well built. Right now I'm opening the glove box compartment, which is big enough. Also, this car has a hidden compartment right in the armrest. Mercedes installed a phone here, and of course in front of the armrest we have one cup holder, because apparently, well, you only deserve one. Moving forward, we have this nice LED gauge cluster, which in my opinion still looks good even today, and I do like it how it starts up. Also, we have the handbrake right over here, the headlights controls, and of course the headlights washers. On the door side we have the mirrors controls, also the seats controls, which of course everything is electrically powered in this car. But the insanity doesn't stop here, because this car has heated and cooled seats, and also these seats have the massage function, which it's incredibly nice. Everything in this car screams luxury and opulence. Even on your doorstep you have chrome, this beautiful chrome laid over here, and of course we have the Mercedes-Benz badge. Between the back seats we have this central armrest, which inside it we have this medical kit supply that was put here 20 years ago. This is the medical supply that came out of Mercedes-Benz factory. Also, back here it's a nice place to be, the seats are comfortable and everything is luxurious as the rest of the car. For the comfort of the rear passengers, we have here the window controls, the headrest controls, and the climate vents, so you can be refreshed sitting in the back seat of your Mercedes CL. One key aspect of this car is the fact that it's pillarless, which means that when you drop the windows down, the car preserves its beauty. I really love how this car looks with the windows down.
So, driving the CL600. Now I'm gonna put this car on drive to see how it drives. Well, I've driven all Mercedeses and the ride quality, it's insane. These cars are so well built, so luxurious, and everything about them is so opulent. As you can see, even right now, I feel like a mob boss, let's say like this. But I'm not, but I feel like. The main thing about this car is that you don't feel the speed that you're driving with. The thing is that it builds power so well that actually, if it would have wings, I think it could fly. Unbelievably fast. And the way it takes corners, it's so precise. Even though it's a big ship, it's weighing 2 tons, and it goes into corners so easily, without effort. It's effortless. Oh, you definitely need to buy one of these. Now, I know that it's an expensive car to run. They are not cheap to maintain, they are cheap to buy. The CL are massively undervalued, but for 10,000 quid or 10,000 pounds, I don't think there's any car that I would rather buy instead of this one. As I said, you put your foot down and it immediately when you put your foot on the gas pedal, it's like a rocket, honestly. It's so impressive and also so luxurious, so opulent. So the steering wheel, it's quite light, but it's so sharp and precise. And I know that it's not a sports car. You cannot expect the same results as a sports car, but it doesn't feel heavy at all. I mean, consider that it's a 2-ton car. It's a coupe, but remember that it's based on the S-Class, so you actually have an S-Class with 2 doors. It builds power so well. The CL600, even now, it's such a quiet car. The AMGs, the 55s, are louder, are meaner and aggressive. But this one, it's different. It's more luxurious. It's not that noisier. And it's faster than any other car I've driven. You don't feel the speed, but it actually goes as hell.